Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Latrice. And okay, so God just wanted me to make a video today about how I listen for his voice. Okay, how I listen for God's voice. Okay, so when did it start? So if you've been following from my previous videos, I talked about how I got into started my relationship with God, right? So back in 2017, I'm just gonna go back to then. One of my close friends, Maya, she first taught me how to listen for God's voice. She said, read the word, pray, and then listen. I'm just like, okay, let me just let's try, because I always heard people say, oh, God said this, God said that. I never heard God's voice. Well, I didn't realize that was him speaking, okay, the whole time. So I started doing it. Okay, I read the word, I prayed, and then I just sat and listened. Just literally just sat still and listened. When I say it was awkward, okay? I was literally like, nothing. That's literally with me. I used to sit there for, at first it was quick. I just thought that he was just gonna just start talking immediately, okay? So I sat there for maybe 5-10 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool, not today, Lord. Okay, let's try it again the next day. So I just keep doing it. I kept doing it over and over to, this is when I first kind of remember I heard his voice. I was coming home from work, my mom was at home, and I just heard this voice say, now the voice is in my head, okay? I heard a voice, okay? I knew it was God, because it was something that I did not want to do. It was the opposite of what I wanted to do, okay? So I got home, and my mom was already home, and I heard this voice say, ask her how her day was. I'm looking like, I'm just like, I'm rolling my eyes ask her how her day was. He said it second time. I just went on about my business. When I say loud, it's gonna be, ask her how her day was. I'm like, okay. Mama, hey mama, how was your day? That was the first time I heard his voice. And it startled me at first because it was loud. It was loud, right? And I was like, okay, that was the first time. Okay, I heard his voice. I told my friends, oh, hey, boo, girl, I heard his voice, girl. Super excited to hear his voice. So I just kept doing it. I kept reading, I kept praying, and I kept just listening. So that's how I was first taught. So I still do that to this day. But now, for me, I can get distracted from everything that's going on in the world. What I got to do today, the errands I got to run. My thoughts are loud. The TV, social media, music, everything is so loud. So for me, I literally had to cut everything off. Cut the TV off, get off of social media for a while. That's when I say I'll do that when I've really kind of gotten off track, and I don't know if what I'm hearing is from God or is my thoughts, because it could be your thoughts, it could be God's thoughts, it can be Satan's thoughts. You have to differentiate which one it is. And sometimes I don't know. I'm like, all right, let me cut everything off, because social media says to do this and says to do that, or you can be on there scrolling for a long time, and you're hearing and seeing what other people say and not what God says. So when he speaks, because he does, you don't know if it's him. You don't know, because God's voice for me is sometimes it's loud, right? But sometimes it's soft. And if I'm moving too much, and if the music too loud, people's talking too loud, I cannot hear. I cannot hear. So I have to cut everything off. But TV as well, because my Lord, TV, cut it off. But in order for me to hear God's voice, I first had to position myself to hear him. For me, at first, I was like, okay, I need to like sit still. I gotta be quiet. I gotta cut everything off. Sometimes I'm like that, but now I realize like God interrupts my thoughts when I'm out and about. You know, I'm at work or I'm at the grocery store doing whatever. He interrupts my thoughts with his, okay? But sometimes I feel like I need to sit still and be quiet to hear him, you know? Because I don't want to miss him, okay? I don't want him to pass me by. I don't want that to happen. I remember when I was in nursing school, I used to have like different patients. I used to just talk with them. I mean, these older folks just had so much wisdom. So I used to just sit on the couch and just talk. But I had this like younger patient. Okay. I always wanted a dog, okay, y'all? Just a backstory. Mama said I couldn't have one, whatever. So she had a dog that had some puppies. Okay. She had a dog that had some puppies. And I got her information. Like I was doing the most that day. Okay. Because I was working, but I was doing other things, okay? So she had a dog, and she was like, okay, I'm trying to give away these dogs. And she said it was for free. I'm like, cool, I can get a puppy. You know, everything is good. And this is literally right before I started nursing school. So, y'all, I got her contact information. She, like, wrote her number out on a slip of paper, and I took it home. And back then, I was starting like my foundation with God. So I was really like in the word and like spending time with him and talking with him. So I remember I parked my car at home, and in my mind, God knows everything, okay? He knew what I was doing, my thoughts, everything. Excuse me. I remember I got home, parked my car, and the slip of paper, I'm just like, okay, I ain't gonna go in the house with it. I'm not gonna go in the house with it. I'm just gonna hide it. I'm gonna hide it. Try to hide it from God. Crazy. So I remember I got home, got in the house, and I remember I put that slip of paper like in my drawer, just put it to the side, like try to hide it. Y'all, when I said I was walking around the house, he literally said, he was like, I don't know why you trying to save this slip of paper because you don't have time for a dog. And I was just like, feelings was hurt. Feelings was hurt. I was like, oh my God. Because he was right. I mean, all the studying I did, I didn't have time for no dog. I didn't have time for no dog. And it was funny because I was trying to hide it. It was so funny. I was literally trying to hide that. But he was like, I don't know why you trying to hide it. You don't have time for a dog. So that's just a story. But sometimes he interrupts my thoughts with his thoughts. Okay. But so let me see. How I was first taught was back then. And then I have to cut off things to hear his voice. And then I have to sit still and make time for him. Now, your life should be all about God, okay? Wake up in the morning, throughout the day, before you lay your head on the pillow, okay? But you know, life gets busy. God understands that, but God is first in all things, right? So, yeah, I have to make time for him. I'm just put off to the side. I'm like, I ain't said nothing to God all day. I ain't say hello. I haven't said anything because I can get busy. You know, I'm a nurse. I work 12-hour shifts. I can get tired. I can get busy. So I literally have to set time aside for him to hear his voice. And then sometimes when I like hear his voice, like he says things that I don't want to do, so I don't acknowledge it. I kind of like ignore sometimes things that he say to do that I'm working on, okay? Okay, I'm working on it. But I feel like at times, I feel like I'm like spoiled sometimes because I can hear his voice. Because not a lot of people, that's not everyone's gift to hear his voice. People can see him in the weather, hear him in the word, things like that. But I can literally hear his voice all the time. And as I grow closer to him, I know he's gonna get louder. And the more I just pray about making his thoughts align with mine. Sometimes when he speaks, his thoughts are way higher than mine. I mean, I have to, like, Lord, bring it back down. It's just a little bit. You know, don't bring yourself down. Bring myself up to you so I can understand. Sometimes his thoughts are way higher than mine, but I love that I'm able to hear his voice. I love that, but with that comes a responsibility, because when he say do something, I have to do it, right? Because I heard him clear as day. And this comes with time, how you build your relationship with God. It comes with time. Because it wasn't always like this when I first started. I struggled with it, with like, it was this his voice, like, did he say that? Because sometimes it'd be a lot. I'm like, I know that wasn't me. I know that wasn't me, but like, he tells me to go through things, and I'm just like, okay, like, are you sure? Like, wait, did you say that? And all the time it is like him talking, but just afraid of what people will say, because his thoughts are what he says is, it could be a lot, okay? But sometimes I struggle with that, of doing what he says to do, because it's a lot. But sometimes I struggle, like, okay, is it him speaking, or is it like me speaking? So I literally have to sit still again to, Lord, clarify, show me a sign, something. And I get like a word from my friend, or I hear it like repeatedly, like in a different way, but the same like context of what he said before, and that confirms what he says. But that's how I hear God's voice, okay? I have to sit still, make time for him, cut things off, so it can just be me and him. Because the world is loud. And there's a lot of things going on. But I'm thankful for our relationship. And I see it's growing, because now I'm reading the word more, and I see him speaking in there as well. So, but that's how I hear his word. That's how I knew to make this video. That's how I know just all the direction he gives me, just from our relationship. But that's all I have today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, peace.